you lack. Rhythm and rhyme, your spice got no dime. How will you triumph when you just served yourself? Welcome to the snack lovers, gaming and mystery so sublime. He's a hero, he's so fine, he's so cool, it must be a crime. He's a hero, he's so fine. When you're here, it's party time. Are you a monster or maybe a wife? You such a passionate soul here to take my life. You, I think I'm in danger, really low on pity. Do you think I'll win the fitty? Rich as wine, my gotcha's on the line. How will you triumph when you just serve yourself? Welcome to the snack lovers, gaming and mystery so sublime. He's so fine, he's so cool, it must be a crime. He's a hero, he's so fine. When you're here, it's party time. Welcome to the snack lovers, gaming and mystery so sublime. He's a hero, he's so fine, he's so cool, it must be a crime. He's a hero, he's so fine. When you're here, it's party time. When it's time to dish it out, I don't need a reservation. I'm Walter Snackle Fox, this ain't no vacation. Your yesterday's leftovers, forgotten snack. It's time to question the flavor that you lack. Rhythm and rhyme, your spice got no dime. How will you triumph when you just serve?
Hey there, welcome in. It's Sky. Yeah, we're just starting up. I was dropping some links and getting ready. This is Resident Solstice. It's a game where you ride around in a little train. So this is my train right here. You can... Oh, I need to drop off some trash. Where am I streaming from? I'm in EST. I'm actually in Florida. I'm a Florida VTuber. And, yeah, I'll hit up conventions and stuff occasionally, but, I am a adventurer, pilot, gotcha gamer, programmer. A lot of cool stuff. What about you, It's Sky? How are you doing? I haven't seen some of that. Oh. All right. Coming in fine. Audio's fine. Story of today is that we are heading over to the Night Chains over here. We'll pick up some peeps, pick up some random people along the Night Chains land there. This will get us some extra cash. if I attract a few passengers. We got 33 off of that. Trading center. I've got some stuff to sell. Not much. Slow it up. No. I didn't have any stuff here in the... Alright, heading off. Oh, bye. CPU. That's low, that's perfectly fine. Picked up some cargo. And let's head on out. Riding along in the train. I did get the new character, by the way. Oh, I also have Likagia. Look at this monster. Still gotta build him up. Yushana. At least has her resonance built up some. And... oh, there's Margella the Stargazer. See our progress. We can fight something on the way. I bet. We see it. There it is. Easy to use. I need to make my cursor bigger. Oh, not that big. That should be good. Perfect. Night Chains Land. We've been waiting to come here for a long time. Visit the location. Oh, that's got some music right there. Wait, what? We have some new fashion. A wise owl? Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Alright, I've done that. As we talk. Oh. Wow. Oh. Wonder if that goes for Margella. Gearboxes. That expansion permit. Oh, yeah. That got me some money. Here, oh, oh! Margella's so happy. Desiree says, "Conductor! Can I really accept this? This limited edition witch lunette? Do you not like it?" Of course I like it. I like it so much. But you have already invited me to the happiest place in the world, Night Chain's Land. Everything here is sparkling, and there are all kinds of lovely scents. Everyone here is all smiles, as if magic had come true. I know I can't be too greedy. This Lynette is not for sale. You had to win a qualification ticket to redeem it, and it was you who got the ticket. But all thanks to Desiree's help, we were able to complete this large order smoothly and come to Night Chain's Land for a vacation. This trip was meant to be a reward for everyone anyway. Besides, Columbo only sent you to help out temporarily. Not only did you work very hard, you also protected me just in time, so I want to give you extra thanks. Then, thank you, conductor. I will treasure it, and I'm going to put it beside my pillow. That way, the first and last thing I see every day will be the Lynette you gave me. This trip was amazing. I visited all the places I want to visit. Ah! What's wrong? I almost forgot. I passed by a very mysterious little room with Livia earlier, but I couldn't take a look inside. A mysterious little room? Or was it the divination room Livia mentioned on the first day? Wasn't it temporarily closed since the staff member was absent? But we figured it might open another day. Do you want to check it out? Because Livia seemed really interested. Let's go then, it's not far from the agreed meeting place anyway. Yay! It's really open now! It's a cute train car? I knew good things would happen when I'm with Conductor. It looks more like a carriage rather than a room. It feels so familiar. It said it was actually modified from a train carriage. Dedicated train line inside Night Chain's land has gone through several rounds of upgrades and replacements to preserve the memories and beautiful moments once carried by the trains. The disused old trains would be modified into facilities within the park. That's what I heard. You really know everything related to trains. Just some random knowledge. It's so quiet here, and there are seats too. Must be a nice resting place. Well then, I'll go find Livia. Wait, I can just call her? She runs so fast. Well, that's an elite guard crew for you. Guess I'll just wait here. Has the staff member returned? Hello? Hello, is anyone there? Hello? May I ask if you were alone? Hello. My friends will be here in a while. May I ask if the divination is available now? I'm truly sorry, but the divination room is temporarily closed to the public. But I saw the door was open and the sign had been removed. Perhaps I accidentally knocked the sign over while I was cleaning up. I'm truly sorry. Please try some other attractions if you don't mind. I wish you a wonderful day. Okay. Sorry for bothering you. I should notify Livia first. I haven't had enough fun yet. Are we leaving already? You've played Interstellar Speed Rail for what, 5 or 6 times, right? Are you not tired of it? That's because Conductor generously bought us fast passes, so it would have been a waste if we didn't use them. Besides, you were also lining up with Haruka for that Lunette interaction event. You said you'd done it once, but didn't you go back in line after it came out? That's Lunette. I mean, who can resist Lunette's charm? By the way, where's Haruka? Did she head back already? I thought she'd be willing to stay a little longer at the park. Perhaps she was too tired to carry that max-size Umbra doll she brought. Huh? She really brought it? That doll was out about the height of herself. I remember it was a limited edition that was only sold for the time being. A limited witch edition, right? Not to mention the mascot. The entire park has been decorated into witch theme after that witch animation became a hit. That movie was super popular, and it was also produced by Night Chains. What was it called again? Witch's Odyssey? Even my little brother and sister said in their letter that they took the whole family to watch it, and they are hardly moviegoers. Although it was made for children, I think adults can enjoy it as well, and that is one of the reasons this film became successful. You've also bought some souvenirs, right, Livia? But they were all small items like accessories and bookmarks. I love these little trinkets. They can be placed anywhere. Whenever I see them, I recall my memories here. What attraction do you love the most? I know. It must be all kinds of performances, right? And the float parades. Livia was indulged in them. They were amazing. Also, I love the magical tea party. It was really fun watching everyone spin around in beautiful giant teacups. Conductor and Desiree went shopping. I wonder if they're, Speak of the devil, Conductor's calling. Conductor? Olivia, you saw Desiree? No, isn't she with you? We saw the divination room was reopened, so Desiree went back to tell you, but the staff member told me it wasn't actually. Just wanted to make sure you don't come for nothing. I understand. Actually, it was just my random comment when we passed by it. I didn't expect Desiree to take it by heart. Alright, I'll tell her when we meet up. Then I'll head back now. Where did she go? 20 minutes have passed since I met up with Livia, Desiree, and Desiree still hasn't shown up. I called her 100 times, but there was no response at all. She may be a little bit absent-minded in daily life, but she's reliable when it comes to getting things done. There's no way she would get lost in an amusement park, right? What if something happened to her? For real? It's just a park. What could possibly go wrong? There's music everywhere, and the tourists are quite noisy. Perhaps she simply didn't hear the call. How about we page her over the broadcast? That should do. She must still be in the park. There's no way she could have left on her own. Then let's go to the broadcast center. I'll keep calling her while we're at it. Just as I was about to contact Desiree again, my communicator suddenly rings. It shows the call is from Desiree herself. Ah, finally. Desiree, where are you now? It really is, dear conductor. The way you address me and your voice, is it Miss Margella? Bingo. As a reward, dear conductor, please look toward the 10 o'clock direction. 10 o'clock. Ah, Miss Margella? Following her instruction, I see Miss Margella wearing a brand new outfit, perfectly suited for an amusement park, waving at me with a playful smile. Ta-da! A real witch has descended upon this witch-themed amusement park. Don't be too surprised, because this is a place where any dream can come true. You haven't really changed a bit, except for your costume. It immediately reminds me of Witch's Odyssey. Such an exquisite design. I suppose you made it yourself, right? I was planning to draw your attention to my cute outfit, but you were so perceptive that there's absolutely no point for me to point it out. Oh, right. I just picked up this communicator over there. Did your friend drop it? Yes, Miss Margella. Have you seen a little girl with blue hair about yay tall? No, she lost. She's our companion, and we agreed to meet here, but she never answered my call. I explained the situation to Margella, and seeing her gradually sink into thought, I feel a vague sense of foreboding well up in my heart. From Dear Conductor's description, Desiree sounds a lot like the target. Huh? Nani? Target? Let's talk somewhere else. Is that okay, Lynn? Dear Conductor is a trustworthy acquaintance of mine. Fine by me. Huh? Nani? The hands! Oh! A young lady called Lynn appears silently next to us, as if springing out of thin air. You Night Chains people are way too good at sneaking. Always scared the hell out of me. Her lie, what happened? Actually, there have already been several cases of teenagers going missing at Night Chains Land recently. Lynn and I were assigned to investigate. That actually happened? We've never heard of anything about it. Well, it's a bit complicated. You could say it's a result of multiple factors combined. Since The Witch's Odyssey became a hit, visitors at the park have surged. Especially those parents bring their children along. So inevitably, there have been children getting lost in the park every day. Quite a few of them were found after announcement of a missing person. That's why it wasn't taken seriously until a third and fourth child had gone missing for a long time. Night Chains Land is somewhat short-handed, so it asked for reinforcement from other cities. As for why you haven't heard of it, because it's bad for your reputation? Haha, you're sharp-tongued, dear conductor. After all, they went missing in a Night Chains facility. We business people certainly value our reputation. That's why we're definitely not making it known unless we're truly out of wits. Night Chains prefers solving problems on its own. Got it. So, do you think Desiree's disappearance might be related to this incident? That's right. Ah, so relaxing to talk with you. In that case, how about we cooperate? Actually, our investigation hasn't been going smoothly. Plus, when it comes to gathering intel, a conductor is more likely to earn people's trust than compared to a Night Chains member. Besides, dear conductor has more than enough charm to attract people. Sure, if it's cooperating with Night Chains members. I also trust Margella a lot. Then it's agreed. Let's get to the point now. An hour ago. I must tell Livia about the divination room right away. Huh? That's... Look, little princess, I'm not even lying. There are really some interesting events over there, and they're only open to the lucky stars who complete the interaction challenge with me. You even get a secret gift afterward. Hey, what are you doing? Alright, talk with Tara. Hey, Sky Child, welcome in, welcome in. We are playing some Resident Solstice, having some fun. Yeah, here, I'll get a hydrate. How are you doing? So, today's story is about a witch. I didn't do any. The suspicious man, who appears to be a staff member, instantly looks flustered when Desiree questions him. But when he gets a clear look at her, his face immediately lights up with joy. Yeah, they tend to put out content 2 to 3 times as long as other games. I think it's been about 2 months. Oh, my little princess, I invite you to come with me as well. Go with you? Yes, I can take you to some secret events. They're not open to the public. I'm not... Ghost Pizza. Hey! Tara suddenly interrupts Desiree. That is a big hawk, man. You made me wait here for so long. I'm starving. You have to make it up to me or I won't play with you anymore. Huh? Desiree looks utterly bewildered, but when she sees this unfamiliar girl suddenly start winking and making faces at her, she seems to realize something and plays along. No, I didn't mean to. I was lost. I've been looking for you this whole time. Good gracious. Our little princesses are friends. Alright. No fighting against friends, okay? Whispers. It's definitely a scammer. That uniform looks super fake. How about I knock him out? He looks pretty weak. I was about to do that, but that idiot said someone really went with him. Thought it might be better to play along and rescue the victim than send him to the BCRL. We might even get more bounty this way. Yeah. Oh, maybe you missed the last one. It's been a while. You might have missed it. When we did the anniversary story with the Trial of Umber Westies. Whatever that name is. and I got Raziel and Ushana, and then later on I got Raziel as P. Oh, that'll do. You're so smart. You look skilled in combat. How about we go 50-50 with the bounty? The French girl. I wonder who... I'm trying to remember who the French girl was. I'll look through. Sure. We have Lisette. Or Lysandra. That's probably not French. The two girls... Blue Gem. I have a lot of characters. I'll take a look. Alright then, I forgive you. So, can we play together now? Oh, that was Reverse 1999. The French girl who was searching for the French blue was in Reverse 1999. Mister, that event you mentioned earlier, only the lucky ones get to play it, right? And you watched Reverse 1999 with me last Friday, right? They do have the same, like, live 2D presentation. Yes, only for adorable and well-behaved children like you two. So, this game has been a few months, but, that's how it works. So, where is it? How do we get there? Just follow me. You're gonna love it, little princesses. Yeah. You've watched it before, I'm sure. Maybe if I show you some characters, because you wouldn't know these two. Hee. Alright. So, one of my mains, Summer, okay. Maybe you've just forgotten? Lazy. Do you remember Lazy? This is his favorite game. Oh, that's some new music. Alright, I guess that's what happens. Maybe you've missed it all. It is a rather delightful game. I've been meaning to do a video on it. Here are some of my characters. Raziel, and that's her skin. She looks a little bit freaky when she's not in it. Dorothy in Catgirl outfit. She's a police officer. Mume, I have her skin. Nothing there. Swen. This is what she looks like normally. She's a freak. Do you like wolves? Oops. Interesting. Connor's kind of a biker girl. That's a helmet under there. Shizuru is a police officer. This is her summer outfit. Also, this girl has some insane skins. Base form, yandere form, what is going on form, and then the new one I got. Stella, This is the character that we're dealing with now for this story, Margella. And here's her special form. Here's the girl that's missing. Valentine looks kind of cool. Heinrich. Oh, Shire. The baby. Ushana looks kind of freaky. There's normal Raziel before she turned red and freaky. Tilts head to the side. Over who? Over one of the freaky ones or what? This girl, you can't see it here. Oh, she's a musician, but look at that hand. Aw, Kadis has a maid outfit, that's cute. Alright, back to Margella. Where exactly? For some reason, it feels like fate has veered off course. I thought I was destined to find her as long as I followed that suspicious man, but the premonition vanished all of a sudden. Yep, that was reverse 1999. Also a great story, I love Reverse. Whatever, I'll just go with my intuition for now. After all, my intuition has never gone wrong, so I can trust you in this time too, right, my friend? Is she inside the park now? Man, these attractions look quite tempting. It won't hurt if I go have some fun. Wait, is that person? Although I can only see a pink head, that person feels utterly warm and familiar. I think this is the 4th time I've played this game on stream. I play it almost every day, but on stream this is only the 4th time. We did the original time late November last year, and then we did another one in like February, and then in March, and now. No, Masaki, pull yourself together. Your premonition has clearly told you that it's not your other half you're looking for. Still, I see a hood. Is that a conductor? She's pretty cute. So the plan now is to gather intel from the families and friends of the missing children, right? Right. Actually, we tried to communicate with them, but under these circumstances it was only natural for them to vent their anger on the Night Chains. It's understandable. Well, maybe I'll send you the VODs and you can look through and see if you're interested. They're quite a treat. But it's our top priority to resolve the case. Well, those people got quite emotional when they saw us Night Chains members. However, strong emotions will cloud their judgment and cause them to leave out critical details, which will greatly hinder our progress here. In short, we have to rely on you at times like this, dear conductor. You just give off an aura of trustworthiness from head to toe. Fine, I'll try. Yep, we've got a cute little witch here. May I come in, please? In stark contrast to the bright, dreamlike decorations in the amusement park, a heavy, oppressive air clings stickily to everyone in the room. Agitation spills out of some people's eyes without the slightest concealment. Almost the moment you see the two members of Night Chains, that agitation crackles and burns like firewood catching sparks. We've already told you everything we know. What else do you want? Don't you have better things to do about instead of interrogating the victims? Just go find my child. Forget it, honey. They're not gonna help us. Have you found my sister? Please say you have. Please, please. Why are you still wasting time? Just lock down the whole park and send for the BCR agency. Exactly, you should have called them ages ago. The voices rise and fall throughout the room. As the targets of their attacks, Margella and Lynn don't seem to mind at all. Margella gives me a look as if to say, see? Everyone, please calm down. Aww, okay, I like that. Seeing that little witch in my dreams. She's probably as old as you are. Maybe she's younger, it's hard to tell. Who the hell are you? I am Snacklefox, conductor of Columba Chamber of Commerce, invited by these two Night Chains executors to assist the investigation on the missing children incident. Conductor? Or conductor? I'll let Margella explain. This conductor is an outstanding talent with the BCRL Security Cooperation Certificate, a trustworthy companion of the BCRL agencies in all the Bonfire cities. Really? If you work for the BCRL... Wow, they actually calmed down. Not bad. Though we Night Chains don't like involving outsiders in our affairs, a BCRL title does make things a little easier. Everyone, I completely understand your... No. To be honest, we have no way of truly understanding the anguish you are going through right now. It is not we who have lost important family and friends. To say that we understand how you feel would be nothing more than irresponsible, empty words. That's who you like. Understandable. But our desire to find those missing people and our wish to help you are absolutely genuine. However, it is impossible to find the missing children without your help because you were right there when they disappeared. Secretly your fault. There are definitely details that only you noticed. You just didn't realize they were useful, so you chose to ignore them. But as long as it's about that day, no matter how trivial it is, please let us know. There is very likely a key to finding them in it. So once again, we'd like to go over the incident in greater details. Will you help us? The tourists looked at each other. Those intense emotions seemed to be temporarily suppressed, and everyone reaches a certain consensus in silence. Go ahead, then. Bravo! I knew it was the best decision to ask dear conductor for help. We'll be asking one by one. May I trouble your crew members? Of course. We will properly guide everyone through the questioning. Oh, let me see. Are those actual red? They're purple. Those eyes are purple. I don't know if that makes enough of a difference. Well done, everyone. Then, let's sort out the intel. First of all of the children vanished during the float parade. I was absorbed in the parade back then. When I came to my senses, my child wasn't there anymore. Almost everyone mentioned that. And every performance occurred near the start of a certain performance. Every incident occurred near the start of a certain performance. Because it started with a very dazzling show that attracted everyone's attention. And as a result, they failed to notice any anomalies around them. Yeah, but I thought the eyes would like almost glow or something. It's creepy, I love it. If the incident happened in the wilderness, those children would have wandered into some unstable morphic field. but since it happened inside Nightchain's land, it has to be man-made. But we have no reports of any suspicious persons. All the victims are teenagers of about the same age. That we already know. Any new discoveries? The victims didn't struggle. The incident occurred increasingly frequently. That's right. There were very few cases at first, so people kind of thought they might have run away in a fit of anger. You know, adolescent rebellion. But as time went on, the disappearances occurred in more and more frequently, resulting in much more victims. There's one more detail we need to know. The victims seem to have been abducted without putting up a fight. Perhaps the culprit grew bolder, their confidence swelling from one successful kidnapping after another. But the victims didn't fight back. What if the culprit has some kind of special ascension ability? Hey, welcome in, Kiori. Welcome in. We're playing through Resident Solstice. This is a gacha game about riding around in trains and fighting with like a card style battle and going on adventures. I am Walter Snacklefox, Fox-themed VTuber, pilot, gacha gamer, adventurer, and programmer extraordinaire. Haha. Welcome in. Welcome in. So have you heard of Resident Solstice? Are you a fan of other stuff like gacha? Sounds good. Nice to hear. Nice to hear. Right now, we're going through a mystery inside of a new theme park where some children might have gone missing. There's another possibility. The victims could have left with the culprit voluntarily. Voluntarily? If that's the case, the kidnapper should have been a familiar face to the victims. But from what I saw, those families don't know each other. Yes, I am trying to be fancy, Sky Child. Ha ha ha! Just see what you do about it. I suppose they don't have any common acquaintances. No acquaintances, but the victims all seem to be fan of Witch's Odyssey, which makes sense if you're at a theme park for it. Huh? All of them? I noticed that all of them had been to attractions related to Witch's Odyssey, and the people I questioned all admitted it. Few people did mention that they came specifically for a Witch's Odyssey. I never thought it was key information, so I didn't ask any further. Nightchain's land is famous for creating dreamscapes in reality. For immature teenagers, it might actually be hard for them to tell whether the characters in the park are roleplayed or truly existing. Yes, mostly gacha. Genshin Impact, Zenless Zone Zero from miHoYo. I also play Wuthering Waves, Reverse 1999, Resident Solstice, and then occasionally some, like, random pick. Like, I've done Uma Musume, it's a lot of fun, and I've done, Neverness to Everness, and I've done some others, but you've heard my staples. And then, occasionally, I'll weave in another variety game that is not gacha that my chat likes. Like, currently I'm going through Danganronpa 1. Nightchain's... Okay, I already did read that. Give me your tail. Tails... Turn off the red eyes before you come any closer, Sky Child. I know what you're doing. What if someone approached them while dressed as their favorite characters? Well, thank you. Yeah. Do you like gacha then, Kiori? What, do you have a favorite? Do you have favorite characters? This one is an interesting one. Because the dailies are all about making money, doing trades, and riding around in trains. And the combat, I mentioned, is a card system. Like, you have a deck. Like, you're playing a real-time version of Chaos Zero Night. Chaos Knight, one of those. But what makes it really cool is the team building, the weapons, the equipment is all a lot more interesting in terms of in terms of the stuff you put on them. Like in most gacha games, you're crit fishing for your main DPS. This game doesn't have crits, but all the stats that go up are really cool. I'll show them to you in a bit. Wouldn't it be super conscious to suddenly talk to them during a float parade? It would be hard not to notice them. However, you don't have to talk to others through voices. Lynn, do you mean? Exactly. Oh, okay, you don't play. Do you watch? Are you like, do you have favorite characters, favorite games to watch? Come on, don't talk in riddles. I assume you all know Nightshade members have a shared morphic field. It helps us convey messages more conveniently. What, hearing that they have psychic powers, Skychild? Do you think the corporate might have used a similar method to directly give instructions in people's mind? Okay. Have you heard of Reverse 1999? While we're on the topic, Kiori. Could be some kind of ascension ability. It seems we have some leads now. Let's continue investigating in this direction. Awesome. That one's my favorite. Feel free to tell me about any favorite characters or stuff. Skychild the Psychic. As speculated, they really heard some kind of voice in their head and then voluntarily left. Wouldn't that seem kind of unnatural to other people around? In that case, let's ask the staff member. There should be memory. They should have memories if there are any children acting weird. Let's see if there are any details the family members didn't notice. There will be many staff members dressed as the witch's enemies on our way. In many cases, others find out we're during investigation. Let's confront them just like normal tourists. Alright, let me get out something weird. Eventually, I'll get some of this equipment onto like Kage and trade out probably Shizuru. Or Heinrich. Probably Shizuru. So that's combat. Nibbles on my ankle. Ha ha ha. Hey chat, we've got an ankle biter. I've got a drop. Oh, another one. Arf. Yes. Hello. I'm the staff member here. You can call me Ren. So, it's Margella and Lynn. I heard Mr. Gates say there will be some investigators coming. Did you modify it yourself? That headpiece from the Witch's Odyssey. Very cute. It suits you well. Thank you. I was inspired by the tutorial you shared earlier. Oh man, another lady with hot wings. What is going on? And these people. We greet again. Not in greeting. So, dear conductor is acquainted with Miss Ren? It's not really surprising, actually. We have met once before. Margella, did you ask the conductor for help? Yeah, dear conductor was really reliable back in the CDCA Bureau. He even helped us greatly just now. I see. Is there anything I can help with? Let me explain. Margella tells Ren of her conjecture that the missing people all seems to be members of the Witch's Odyssey, and that the culprit is suspected of having some kind of special ascension ability. Skychild's eyes glow red. So, as a staff member, did you notice some children who seemed a little off? Children who seemed a little off. Huh. I'm not sure if this will help. But yes, I do remember those missing children. Those? You mean all of them? Yes, all of them. I saw their photos. There's no mistake. Everyone has one thing in common, but perhaps only I can see it. Only you can see it. You mean through my ascension ability. I saw all of them tightly wrapped in thorns, utterly painful and pitiable. They were shrouded by the greatest, thickest shadow, so thick that one can barely breathe. I also felt very distressed when I looked at them, so I tended to avoid them. What do you mean? The missing people had already been affected by the criminal's ascension ability? Sorry, I should have explained it more clearly. My ascension ability allows me to perceive people's negative emotions. So that's how it is. That's quite a rare ability indeed. But it must have been a tough experience for you. I'm gonna take a tiny break and stretch.
Found you playing tricks on men, consumed by hate and greed. You gave them what they asked for. You gave them what they asked for, and they gnashed their teeth in rage. But what about your own heart? Can it stay true? What did I say to you? Light the fire in my heart, night tales come closer. Your smile runs through my mind, pull me under slower. Light the fire.
Yeah, excuse me, thank you. So, those children were all tormented by negative emotions. The culprit must have used this condition to filter targets. Yes, you heard it. Children like this are very likely to leave voluntarily. Wait, now we know how the culprit picks targets. Perhaps we can warn those potential targets in advance. At the very least, we can stop more victims from emerging. Well then, I'll inform my colleagues. Thanks, Ren. Now we have another useful piece of information. Things have been going really smoothly since Dear Conductor joined us. What's wrong? Why the upset face when we're making progress? Let me cast a little spell to cheer you up. I was just thinking about something. Sucks on my ankle in chibi form? That's probably harmless. Something isn't right. Desiree doesn't fit the victim profile at all, except for her age. Though, she likes The Witch's Odyssey. She's not a diehard fan, and she's a very cheerful person. She's never shown any unhappiness at work and play. In that case, let's ask some tourists who match the victim's profile. Maybe there are some things only children that age can notice. Her again! Okay. Is it because there are too many people in the amusement park? I feel so disturbed. Moreover, ever since just now, I've been hearing some unsettling noises by my ear. And the closer I get to the staff member, the more... Wait, that person, isn't that the one I saw earlier? Excuse me. I know you're not the person I'm looking for, but I still can't help caring about you. This time, I have a much clearer view. It really is a conductor. Are there any companions by their side? It's hard to see from here. This is already the second time we've met. Could this also be some kind of fate? No, I should focus on the most important thing first. Nothing is more important than finding my other half. I'm gonna go and get something to drink to calm down that burping. Give me a second.
I found you playing tricks on men, consumed by hate and greed. You gave them what they asked for. You gave them what they asked for. And they gnashed their teeth in rage. But what about your own heart? Can it stay true? What did I say to you? Like the fire in my heart, night terrors come closer. Your smile runs through my mind, pull me under slower. Like the
Alright. Goes adult and sucks on my ankle. I wonder what the ankle tastes like. And also, if you're sucking on my ankle, does that make you a foot girl? Like the female version of the Foot Boys. Oh, combat. Lots of, yeah, probably lots of sodium. Hey, have you heard? I mean, that rumor. Oh, okay. That's so nice. If only I can... Well, I've been drinking. You don't say. If only I can get taken away by the witch as well. Hey guys, sorry to bother you. You said taken away by the witch? What does that mean? Whoa! Where did you come from? Wait, your outfit. You also a fan? Probably just some boring adult who loves following the trend. Hey, I can't pretend I didn't hear that. When I started cosplaying, you were still drooling over Carmine May's shop window. Look at her costume. Did she make it herself? It's too good to be mass-produced. Rather than inspired by the Witch's Odyssey, it's more like merging it with another witch-themed animation. She's not just an ordinary fan, but a hardcore witch lover. See, I'm completely different from those bandwagoners. It's amazing. You must have been watching witch animation for ages. That means she must be pretty old. You're amazing, Margella. Of course I am, but still, your praise makes me exceptionally happy. In that case, we can tell you. You want to know about the rumor of being taken away by the witch, right? Yes, you know so many things that we don't know. We'll have to count on you guys. What a change of attitude. Now they're all eager to help. Because Margella knows these children all too well. You mean she's also a hardcore fan of witches? I heard some animation fans are very particular about this. Not just that, for people that age, being treated by adults as equals and being acknowledged is something that makes them very happy. As if they also become someone amazing? You surely know a lot, boss. Don't call me like that. Ah, you're done asking. Welcome back. Did you learn anything? Where do I start? Blue hair girl is hot. Okay. They're kind of like main characters of the game. So, like, the major four, you've got the conductor, who you don't see that much of. You can dress them up. Excuse me. You can dress the conductor up in cute outfits, but you don't see them that much. They mostly talk off screen. And then you've got Livia, who's like first mate. And then you've got Elliot and Fran, and I think Elliot is the blue-haired girl. And they're basically guards for the train. Well, Livia is kind of like the train's engineer. Where do I start? First, it seems quite a few tourists already know that disappearances are occurring in the park. There have already been so many victims after all. But judging from their words, this news is only spread among teenagers for the time being. Moreover, no one seemed to realize that it was a kidnapping. They thought the disappeared ones were all the lucky ones. Huh? Why? They thought those people were some sort of the witch's chosen ones. Which? That one from the Witch's Odyssey? Ah, I see. Passed gas and one of the dogs got scared. Good job. Ha ha ha. There's a similar plot in the animation, so the fans couldn't resist the idea of the plot coming true in real life, and even actively romanticizing it. So they were swept up by the vibe of dreamscape and reality in Night Chain's land. Adults can tell reality from fantasy, but what about teenagers? If this is one of the criminals' methods of abducting people, then this information is already spread far and wide. We have to warn everyone in advance. It's best not to do that. Huh? Because it's too cruel to shatter their illusion, but... No! Doing so is not only useless, but many even have the opposite effect. Do you really think those children are all naive fools who believe whatever anyone tells them? They only had no choice but to believe, just so they wouldn't suffer so much. Actually, I somewhat understand them. At an age of self-awakening, yet constantly being suppressed and ignored, desperately trying to gain someone's approval, yet always unable to do it well. Hating their own clumsiness, but just can't find their direction no matter what. What they truly want to do isn't allowed, and suppressing their true feelings to please others still won't bring the response they're hoping for. What they really... Okay. Confusion Anxiety, frustration, all kinds of emotions are tangled in their minds and cannot be dispelled. But right now, they simply have no capacity to deal with these emotions. The one-sided concern of elders can instead become a burden. Even standing in an amusement park, they can only feel drained of strength and completely out of place with the surrounding lies. But for the sake of the goodwill, they force themselves to put on a smile. While blaming others in their heart, they also blame themselves, constantly falling into a vortex of self-doubt. At times like this, it's easier to believe that they are special, that everything they encounter is some kind of arrangement, and that in the future, they will surely break free from all this and be saved. For adults who have barely gone through these things, this may seem like baseless whining of children, but for them, it is a prolonged ordeal in which the slightest misstep could have left them completely crushed. The more burdened and vulnerable people are, the more likely they are to believe if at such a time you do something that destroys their only hope, it will only provoke fierce resistance and push them into a dangerous lies. Yeah, I grabbed a can to help with my digestion, which is what I thought was causing the burping. Excuse me. The more burdened and vulnerable people are, the more likely they are to believe, if at such a time you do something that destroys their only hope, it will only provoke further fierce resistance and push them into dangerous lies. Sorry, I've said too much. I didn't mean to. I'm really, really sorry. I made it sound like I was venting my frustrations. All in all, I hope you can take a gentler approach. Alright, you must be tired after all that talking. Why don't you go grab a drink? You're right. You all need to rest. I'll go buy some drinks. You gotta try the brand new fruit juice. It's amazing. Fire? Frog? Lynn departs in a hurry. After watching her leave, Margello continues speaking. Lynn has always been like this, like Miss Toga's little lap tagalog. It's my first time seeing her express her views so thoroughly. That Sleepy Frog? Sus? For some time now. Who are you calling sus on? Her personal presence has been steadily increasing. But she must have kept these words bottled up inside her for a long time. She's speaking of her past self, or who we used to be. I once went through a period of childhood like hers as well. So I understand those children a lot. Yep. Being able to say these things out loud also requires a great deal of courage. I believe everyone can understand her. But what about you, Margella? You looked awkward after hearing what those children said just now. Is it because the witch you like became a tool of the culprit, and that's upsetting you? I'm riveting. Okay. Nothing really gets past you, dear conductor. But that's okay. It's precisely because I like the witch that I have to drag out the scoundrel who did this and teach them a good lesson. Tastes like citrus. I taste like citrus? Is this as you eat my feet? Probably not that bad. Think about it that way, I suddenly feel super motivated. Let's get a good rest here, then continue the investigation. Okay. Beep beep. Although the streets are bustling with voices and music, I still caught the sound of music. Sound coming from the communicator. Oh, my blood tastes like citrus. Yeah, that's probably because I'm from Florida. Ha ha ha. Who is it? Unknown caller. Hello. Conductor. Desiree? Margella? Desiree, where? Listen to me, conductor. Tara and I caught the bad guy who tricks children. I'm gonna go hit the bathroom. Give me a bit. Full on here in Florida.
I found you playing tricks on men, consumed by hate and greed. You gave them what they asked for. You gave them what they asked for, and they gnashed their teeth in rage. But what about your own heart? Can it stay true? What did I say to you? Light the fire in my heart. Night tales come closer. Your smile runs through my mind. Pull me under slower. Light the fire in my heart. Night tales, my nightmare. Years put me down and make me start. Night tales, can't escape your cry because it's what I am. It's raining dreams. Kitsune love. Kitsune love. You visited me on a moonlit night. I can never forget your smile. You laughed so happily. That night would never end. I never knew fear as cold as ice until you asked my name. Can it stay true? What did I say to you? Light the fire in my heart. Night tales come closer. Your smile runs through my mind. Pull me under slower. Light the fire in my heart. Night tales, 900 years burn me down and make me start. Night tales, can't escape your cry because it's what I am. It's raining dreams. Kitsune love. Kitsune love. If I never see you again, would I still remember you? If I lose all of my memories, would I still remember you?
dish it out. I don't need a reservation. I want a snack or fox. This ain't no vacation. Your yesterday's leftovers, forgotten snack. It's time to question the flavor that you lack. Rhythm and rhyme, your spice got no dime. How will you triumph when you just served yourself? Welcome to the snack lovers, gaming and mystery so sublime. He's a hero, he's so fine, he's so cool, it must be a crime. He's a hero, he's so fine. When you're here, it's party time. Are you a monster, or maybe a wife? You, such a passionate soul, here to take my life. You, I think I'm in danger, really low on pity. Do you think I'll win the fitty? Rich as wine, my gotcha's on the line. How will you triumph when you just serve yourself? Welcome to the snack lovers, gaming and mystery so sublime. He's a hero, he's so fine, he's so cool, it must be a crime. He's a hero, he's so fine. When you're here, it's party time. Welcome to the snack lovers, gaming and mystery so sublime. He's a hero, he's so fine, he's so cool, it must be a crime. He's a hero, he's so fine. When you're here, it's party time.
I found you playing tricks on men, consumed by hate and greed. You gave them what they asked for, you gave them what they asked for, and they gnashed their teeth in rage. But what about your own heart? Can it stay true? What did I say to you? Light the fire in my heart, night tales come closer. Your smile runs through my mind, pull me under slower. Light the fire in my heart, night tales, my unread years pull me down and make me start. Night tales, can't escape your cry because it's what I am. It's raining dreams, Kitsune love, Kitsune love. You visited me on a moonlit night. I can never forget your smile. You laughed so happily. That night would never end. I never knew fear as cold as ice until you asked my name. Can it stay true? What did I say to you? Light the fire in my heart, night tales come closer. Your smile runs through my mind, pull me under slower. Light the fire in my heart, night tales, 900 years burn me down and make me start. Night tales, can't escape your cry because it's what I am. It's raining dreams, Kitsune love, Kitsune love. If I never see you again, would I still remember you? If I lose all of my memories, would I still remember you? In your flame, I know my name. In your flame, I disappear. Like the fire in my heart, night tales come closer. Your smile runs through my mind, pull me under slower. Like the fire in my heart, night tales, my night alert. Years burn me down and make me start. Night tales, can't escape your cry, because it's what I am. It's raining dreams, Kitsune love, Kitsune love.
Alright, I'm back. Feeling a bit better. Thanks for having fun in the chat, Sky Child. Alright, Desiree's back. Do a little battle.
それならそれでなんとかなるっしょ。みんな、行くわよ。
Enough, please. Stop beating me. Won't dare do it again. Okay. Really? You won't hit me anymore? Not anymore. Because we'll tie you up and hand you over to the night chains. That's what Conductor said. What? Night chains? I heard night chains is full of antisocial lunatics who are completely devoid of humanity and love watching people suffer. If I fall into their hands, I'll be toyed with like a piece of meat, or even vanish for good. Ha ha ha. It's the best time. Dancing mid-fart. Please, I'm begging you, just beat me up until you're satisfied. Beating you costs us toil. You think we're unpaid peons or what? Then hand me over to the BCR agency, just not the night chains, please. I'm done talking to you. Hey, Desiree. That was a clean strike. You're a skilled guard crew indeed. You too, Tara. It's my first time fighting alongside a mercenary from the Empire. Hey, didn't you say you tricked another girl earlier? Who is she? Well... Cook. Feathers bristle. I'll talk. There's a door blocked by a shelf at the very back. She's right inside. That's more like it. I'll keep an eye on him. You go find that girl, Desiree. Okay. Yeah, got it. Huh? What's wrong? There's no one inside. Impossible. It's a schoolgirl in a black hat. I locked her there myself. Really, I'm not lying. Ah, I see some traces. She probably went through the window. Looks like she's already escaped. Nice. In other words, this idiot didn't manage to fool a single person. Wow, what a loser. Oh, it hurts. Since there are no more victims and he has already surrendered, how about we just leave? We're not gonna go find that girl? Cook told me that judging from her traces, she has a very powerful mana ashen ability. So we still have a duty to fulfill, so let's deal with this guy first. Really? Since the bird said so, let's meet up with Conductor. By the way, you know so many big words, like peen, surrender, something like that. It's nothing. Let's go then, you lead the way.
作戦終了。重傷者なし。負傷者はすでに車両で治療を受けています。素晴らしい指揮でした。
Am I full?
車掌
Close to it? Close to it.
突撃準備。配置につけ。
みんな行くわよ。随分と散漫な動きね。指揮が無能なし。
Farts again. Sorry. Chili! Doesn't sound like such a bad situation.
なんとかなるっしょ。
Conductor! Desiree, are you okay? Totally. Tara and I caught this Betty in no time. Blug. Oh no! Great job, Desiree. Conductor! That's not what you're supposed to say now. We were so worried about you. You should have informed us when you ran into trouble. Plus, if you lost your you even lost your communicator. Luckily, a friend retrieved it for us. Sorry, Livia. 'Cause you know, the timing was important. I had to deal the critical strike. I'll remember to report in advance next time. Desiree is very reliable in battle, but a bit ditzy in daily life. Luckily, you were there as well, Tara. Thank you. Yay! Cook had long since noticed that this person was acting suspiciously, and he even came right to us himself. Pfft, easy peasy. Is he really the culprit behind the abduction? He's too stupid for that, in my opinion. They're probably connected. He could be an underling of the mastermind. We only know the specifics after the interrogation. Leave it to me. Why is he suddenly struggling? Oh, he said the Night Chain's members were lunatics and he didn't want to be tortured. But he was really annoying, so I had to gag him. That's far too rude. Yeah, criminal thinking other people as some chaos remains in the polluted area. Having committed an unforgivable crime and still fantasizing about escaping. How utterly shameless. Torture is meant for such despicable scums. What else do you even expect? Should I serve you some black tea and cookies? Mirk only works for good kids, you know. They do not deny the torture part at all. Conductor, are there other places in Night Chain's land like the place he took us to? A single fart can clear out a room in a single bound. Impressive. I'm not sure. There should be very few. What's wrong? Because... I'll tell you everything. Please spare my life. Already? I haven't even started. He might pass out if you really use that on him. That I'd better not ask about it. It's really my first day doing this, and they're the only ones I've tricked. Yes, of course you are a stinker. I have a relative working here, and I heard some children have gone missing recently, so I thought perhaps I wouldn't get caught if I tried out myself. Those parents who can afford the ticket must be quite well off, right? So I figured if I played a few kids. Haven't your relative told you that Night Chains has already been investigating it? I was about to do it once or twice and scapegoat that criminal, but the time he really trees back to me, I've already run away. Lynn slaps the man without hesitation, interrupting his account of the perfect plan, and that had long since been time coming. Leave this idiot to the nearest BCRL agency. Why am I still going to the BCRL agency? You committed a crime, even though it was a failed attempt. Don't think you can just wipe the slate clean, okay? Night Chains is not some law enforcement agency. We know who to turn to with matters like this. Desiree, Tara, can you take him there? You're the ones who caught him after all. In the end, we're back to collecting the BCR agency's bounty. Anyway, we have some barbecue today cooked. What? But then who on earth is the real culprit? Oh my, this is an unexpectedly subdued atmosphere. That's not the kind of expression you should be wearing here in Night Chains Land. Huh? Someone with an unusual aura has arrived. Mr. Gaith, what brings you here? Sorry, we have no breakthrough yet. Ha ha ha! You think I came all the way here just to hear your apology? These must be our distinguished guests. The man named Gaith meets my gaze, and for a moment I feel as if I could see straight through to a person's core. But that piercing sensation quickly fades, as if having spotted a beautiful artwork in a museum. Gaith happily narrows his eyes. Nice to meet you, conductor. I am Gaith, the manager of this dreamlike amusement park, Night Chains Land. Excuse me. Has everyone been satisfied with the time spent here? Yes, it was amazing. Yes, that's exactly the kind of answer with Paradise deserves. Thank you for your genuine thoughts. You seem to know me. Yes. Although I am a laissez-faire person and do not have the rigid habit of making my subordinates report every little thing. Arena, Hayabusa, and Ren, all these uniquely special kids, hold you in high regard. Being curious about beautiful things and a beautiful life is only human, isn't it? So, Arena and Hayabusa are both his subordinates, but this person seems fairly normal. You flatter me? Well then, I have not forgotten the purposes of this journey. As the manager of the park, I came here, naturally, to dispel the gloom on your faces. I got something out of that child who was alone. What? That child spoke? The child who was alone? Before the park opened this morning, we saw a young girl wandering the amusement park streets in a daze. She was originally one of those victims, but for some reason she got separated and parted up here. But they seem to have been somehow stimulated, and neither her family nor the doctors could ever get her to speak. Goth? Not Gaith? Okay. Mr. Gothwood said he would find a way. Just some fancy words. It actually took quite some time and effort. How embarrassing. Who knows what method he used? Mr. Goth, what did that child say? That poor child. Unfortunately, although I did everything I could, I only managed to get her to say a single word. She said the culprit's name. Ah? Then with your intelligence network, you've probably found the truth, no? It's really an honor that you hold the night chains in such high regard. Alright. But this time, even Night Chain's best intelligence operators would probably find it tricky. I mean, who wanted to take you away? The child said, the witch. We also heard this from some tourists in the park. It was probably the culprit using the name of the witch. No. If it was an answer learned by Mr. Gaith, then which could mean it could really be... This is the first time I've seen Margella looking so grim, as if the N-word switch were some kind of curse. What is that monster? Teddy bear? I guess. What does she mean? My questioning, suggestion, hypnosis, whatever, interpret it however you like. My ability can ensure that humans will answer me the will that's closest to the truth. Even I, the manager, and my outstanding Night Chains colleagues failed to notice her movements. Would it be that the true witch has descended upon all that... Yeah. That really is troubling. Although it is quite fitting, taking away my guests without permission is hardly proper etiquette. Yep, I've got the burpees tonight. Actually, if she was a real witch, it wouldn't be surprising for her to be able to do these things. Wait, what do you mean the real witch? Aren't we also talking about an animation character here? Tara, you also believe that the witch truly exists. Ah, I see. I need to start explaining from that part. Your surface people are probably unfamiliar with the witch, but to the people of the Empire, although there are all kinds of legends, everyone believes that the witch truly exists. We almost all grew up listening to stories about her, you know? Witch is a very popular subject in the legends, and those adults like to use her to scare children into behaving. For example, if you don't eat properly and eat only candy, you'll be tricked by the witch into a house made of candy, where you'd be locked up and eaten. The surface and the Empire are quite alike in that regard. But when Dad told me this story, the candy house was the only thing I cared about. And there's another story that if the parents offend the witch, she would kidnap their child and make them her own. The most famous one is actually quite similar to what's happening now. about the witch taking away all the children. How did the story go again? I'm more of a listener. If only Arcana were here. No one tells good ghost stories better than her. But one day, a witch appeared in this family. Although she possessed very powerful magic, she was like nothing the rest of us of the family who was ever selfish, wicked person. The witch saw that her family received gifts of thanks after helping others. She also wanted those gifts, so she decided to try helping others as well. As it happened, a village was attacked by the Chaos Remains. The witch stepped in and defeated all the monsters, saving the people of the village. But that village was very poor, and after enduring days of attacks, it simply could not come up with any proper token of thanks. The witch did not receive the generous reward she had expected and was very angry. She felt that these villagers had gone back on their word and deceived her. So as a punishment, the witch first pretended not to care and fed the village children pastries specifically made by her. By the following night, the witch used magic to play the harp on the mountaintop, and the sound of the harp drifted into the village, waking all the children. Tara followed the music into the mountains, and by the time the adults realized it, it was already too late. They watched helplessly as a huge hole split open in the earth, in the mountain. After all the children walked again, the hole closed up and they were never found again. Only one child didn't eat the pancake because they also felt they were unwell, and slept through the whole night. That's natural. Music witch? You mean like, Bargella? Maybe. Natural, because all the children were taken away. The witch in the story is awful. Or you mean the villain is? This is simply a story that teaches children not to accept food from strangers. And that they have been helping us, they should not expect anything in return. But according to what Tara said before, this witch's story does have a prototype, right? So actually, some of the phenomena can be explained, right? For example, a mountain splitting open wide overnight refers to a natural disaster, such as an earthquake. Not very sure whether this story is true. But when I say Slay the Witch truly exists, I mean, I usually need to get schooled. My dad once, yes. I mean, I've known missionaries who have met them. My dad once ventured to the birthplace of the witch. There was no one community there, only thick dominoes connect to that. My dad ventured to the birthplace of the witch. There was no witch out there anymore, though. Dad saw with his own eyes, staring the law of the 3D model, on which was written the tragedy of suffering, the witch's grudge and curse. Yes, I do remember seeing the lyre harp in the threads. You gonna put up some music? How complicated is it? It's not just my dad. There are a lot of people in the Empire who study witch legends, and some scholars have even researched these stories and published books about them. According to them, the true witch was exiled by her people to a distant place because she had committed a monstrous wrong and could never return to her homeland. The witch therefore came to deeply hate her people, declaring that her own clan would perish before too long, that one day she would return to take revenge on them. Oh, right. Scholars generally believe that the witch was exiled to the surface. The surface? From what you said earlier, this criminal seems to be very capable. What she did is also very similar to the story. If she really is the witch filled with hatred, then it all makes sense. Oh my, that was truly a wonderful story full of Moon's flair. Fix the... yes, the string. Thank you for your account, Miss Tara. Although I had already heard of the legends of the witch, hearing it from an actual citizen of the Empire has still benefited me greatly. You're welcome. I'm really not good at storytelling. If it's the witch, I gotta ask her kind of after all. Let me contact her. Oh my, that graceful figure as she walks in away is truly lovely. Thinking about one thing. Farts again and stinks. Well, she who smelt it, dealt it, I guess. The witch animation that used to be popular when we were kids, and the new witch movie made by Night Chains. Were they based off of? Oh my. You really are very perceptive. That's right. The earliest witch animation and the new blockbuster were both based on this witch from the Empire. When Night Chains wants to build a brand, it definitely has to create something unprecedented. That's why we draw inspiration from legends unfamiliar to the surface people and promoted it over the years until it becomes a memory for a generation. This is the beauty that the Night Chains pursues. I see. It was successful indeed. After all, there are people like Margella who grew up watching witch animations and became to admire the witch. Still, it is quite unexpected. Has the true witch come to my paradise? This is neck pops. That sounds fun. Are you okay, Sky Child? Perhaps Mr. Goth is finding the situation a bit tricky. Absolute Marvis, I would not. Do you think it's wonderful? In this land of trove and demons that ensnares everyone in an illusory reverie, there is a witch filled with hatred, bearing one conspiracy and fear, who extends her viciousness, tentacles, toward those pitiful figures owned by, paralyzed by happiness. Yeah, I'm getting a little sleepy too. I'm looking to stop here soon. In this land of love and dreams that ensnares everyone in an illusory reverie, there is a witch filled with hatred, bearing conspiracy and fear, who extends her vicious tentacles toward those figures paralyzed by happiness. Oh, what a dazzling, enchanting display of beauty. It's the first thing I've grown so sentimental in a single day. No, all month. What a dazzling, enchanting display of beauty. It's the first time I've grown yeah. Oh my, you're showing a disapproving expression. That looks like a bit of sharpness to add your usual warmth. Amazing, understandable. Bites my tail sleepily. You just want a chew toy. Please forgive me. The paradise is filled with intoxicating happiness, yet I also cherish the uniquely plaintive hue of tragedy. What a greedy wretch I am, yet the world brims with boundless beauty. How could I savor it all from lacking a titanic longing to match? This man is suddenly saying a bunch of weird things. At this point, even I am satisfied with the choice of investigators. Don't you think so, conductor? What did you type in that broke it? Because Miss Margella likes the witch? Yeah, I can't read it. Oh, you truly have a sturdy heart. Gentleness is a virtue of the strong, you know? What do you mean? Yeah, they just look like squares, though. Or rectangles. Margella and Lynn, unlike my subordinates, are the type who are very honest about their desires. In other words, the conduct is still fairly respectable. However, it is precisely because of a desire that humanity pursues beauty, the heroic martyrdom of a moth to a flame, and the steadfast resolve of binding oneself in a cocoon, as are all members of the yellow flag of ultimate beauty. Watching them suppress their desires and hide their brilliance, even though they could have become guests, I simply cannot bring myself to do something so regrettable. Yeah, interesting about the residents of their planet 3. But unexpectedly, it seems like Lynn is more honest, even. Then again, perhaps it's only because the gem hasn't found the proper tool to polish it. If it were you, maybe you could help her open her heart. Then again, perhaps it's only because the gem hasn't found Loke. After all, you were the one chosen by our witch. I'm so excited to see what will happen next. Wait! He rattles off some nonsense and walks off. What should I do now? Probably influenced by Goth's speech, I subconsciously want to check out Margella's situation. Huh? She's gone. Margella just went out. Huh? Thank you, Miss Lynn. What about this game? Miss Margella. Oh, hi, dear conductor. Although Margella is clearly not crying, her expression looks deeply hurt, as if there were a bewildered little child hiding in her heart, sweeping over her own emptiness. Sorry, dear conductor, I'm just embarrassing myself. Is it because the true culprit might be the true witch? You've already had the premonition earlier, haven't you? You're impressive, dear doctor. You're more like a mage who can read people's heart. But Margella believes in sin and likes the witch more than any of us do. I'm really getting out of character, aren't I? I know clearly that the witch is evil, yet I also keep feeling delighted after hearing what you just said. Tara's stories really unstartled me. The witch truly exists. There are so many other stories about her. The witch I've loved all my life is actually based off a horrifying and despicable figure. I already suspected during our investigations that this incident was related to the witch. But I tried to ignore it, even knowing that misleading the investigation's direction may spawn more tragedies. Simply looked away from the corner. Correct answer out of my own wishful thinking. I'm no different from the witch in those stories. Selfish and unforgivable. Perhaps my mom was right. When I was little, she wouldn't let me outside that much to the witch animations, let alone roleplay as a witch. But I was so rebellious, I broke her heart. I fell in love with the witch at first sight. Because life was so tense back then. Mom and Dad didn't understand me and only told me, you can't do this, you can't do that. You just need to study hard. Get rid of everything else that affects your studying. I hated them because they were always denying me. I liked the witch who let me free myself. I wanted to become her. But, thinking back now, Mom probably knew the truth. Just between you and me, dear conductor, I couldn't take it if it was an illusion, fantasy or reality. But when I was a little kid, I once saw my mother use magic. Magic? You mean an ascension ability? No, she is not an ascender, or rather, she's never ascended. Margella takes a deep breath. I was super young back then. I woke up from a nap. I pushed open the door, and I saw my mom humming in the middle of the living room. Her hands were not moving, but all of the tableware was stacked neatly sorted in midair, and then stored away into the cupboard as if controlled by a thought. I thought she was amazing, so I ran out and said to her, Mommy, so good. Mommy, teach me some magic. But she stared at me, first in horror, then with fury. She said I didn't see anything. She couldn't use magic. I mustn't tell anyone about it. Huh? Now that I think about it, the reason I came to love the witch animation I saw on TV was because the witch I felt just had like Mom did back then. But Mom hated magic and couldn't bear to hear the word witch. And it seems she's never said anything about her past or her hometown. Are you suspecting that your mother may have been so sensitive because she knew the legend of the White Witch? Or are you suspecting that your mother may have been so sensitive because she knew the legend of the White Witch? Or rather, she actually has Imperial blood? If so, then it explains everything. In her eyes, the witch was such a contemptible being, so when she discovered that I had secretly been admiring the witch and cosplaying as one, she became so angry that she destroyed all my costumes. But I never tried to ask her why. It was my fault all along. What exactly am I, having always tried to become a witch? In the end, I haven't changed at all. I've only been running away. What should I do? Her voice grows softer and softer, and in the end she lowers her head. I pretend not to notice that she is doing so to hide the tears in her eyes. For the witch before me, completely denied by reality, stripped of her magic overnight, and turned back into that lost little child, all I can do now is try my best to help her preserve her self-respect. They only said you've been running away, but not everyone else has the chance to do that. Huh? In fact, countless people were already struck down before they even had a time to flee, or rather, had completely lost the strength and will to flee. Merely standing there or on the mats, you have something that rolls out. Completely lost the strength and will to flee. Merely standing numbly where they were, waiting to be swallowed by despair. So it's really impressive to be able to flee and even flee this far. You deserve a compliment for coming this far. It's what you longed for back in your childhood, no? Besides, you may be even braver than you imagine. Not everyone can still admit the worst parts of themselves after suffering such a huge blow. I can't remember much about that witch animation you loved as a child, but isn't courage also a quality praised in The Witch's Odyssey? And in The Witch's Odyssey, the protagonist and antagonist are both witches, right? Although the latter is stripped of her status. Witches are poor too. So... witches are human too. There are always good ones and bad ones. And don't forget that you actually have regarded the witch as your salvation. So now, as a witch, how can you deny the very thing for yourself once believed in? That's what a truly evil witch would do. Oh no, I wasn't about to cry, but if you put it that way, sorry, I was blabbering too much. I'm just tongue-tied at times. Ah, if dear conductor's tongue-tied, no one else in the world can speak properly. I won't cry. The most enchanting part of a witch is her smile. It's decided then. If I stay trapped in negative conditions without seeing the truth for myself, that's definitely a waste of my life. No matter what, I must capture the criminal to fulfill my duty. If witches are really such wretched bugs, then I will put an end to it. Miss Margella. Thank you, Snackle Fox. I still find it so unbelievable. Maybe you're the one with real magic. Now, could I take a moment to gather my thoughts? Once I'm ready, we can continue the investigation with new clues. Seeing Margella perk up, I smile at her too. A few traces of confusion still show in Margella's eyes, but she has regained her motivation and is doing her best to respond. Now, all that's left is to give her a little more time to gather her thoughts. Meanwhile, another question emerges in my mind. Even people of the Empire who don't know the legend of the witch, for example Terra, don't seem to be opposed to the witch herself or to the use of magic. What would Margella's mother be like that? What connection could she have to the witch in the legends? Will I find the answer after meeting the witch in person? Haven't seen that conductor for quite a while. What's with this inexplicable sense of loss? Are they tourists? They look about the same age as me. Why are they acting so weird? Hello? Hello? Strange. They act like they can't see me at all. They're heading in the same direction as my premonition leads to. I feel a little uneasy, but it seems like I have no choice. There is actually a place like this? Did I walk through a passage, arrive in the chaos space? These people look like tourists from the park. That's eerie. They're all subconscious. Ah, who's there? My child. My beloved child. Such a sad voice. Is someone crying? Who's there? My child, is that you? Have you come back? No, It's you! Huh? Nani? The girl named Masaki had no grasp on what is unfolding. The woman before her grasps the moment their eyes meet, her eyes blown wide. Hysteria born of terror has utterly drowned out the sorrow in her voice. You've already taken my child. How dare you come back? My, that's my child. These are all my children. The woman's piercing scream nearly ruptures Masaki's eardrums. She clamps her hands over her ears and awkwardly dodges the woman's erratic attacks. Please calm down. I'm just trying to find... No one takes away my child. Not even the witch. Alright, perfect.
これも盗賊団を率いるための経験だ。随分散漫な動きね。士気が無能な証拠だわ。スペーポイントは一気に駆け
All right, I am getting too sleepy. I'm just gonna call it here. Insane. Randy.